There's 101 ways to make money without an official job, without a degree, and without like a professional title assigned to your name. Hello friends, so in this video we're going to talk about the top 3 ways to make money without a job. This video is ideal for those who don't want to do the 9 to 5 thing. Perhaps you're a student or you want to try your own side hustle or side business. This video is for you guys. If you're also just interested in the other ways to make money alongside your job, stay tuned. From the get-go, we're all always nurtured to think that the only way to make money or make large amounts of money or any kind of income in this day and age is to
get good grades in school, get a good degree, specialize in something,
and do something mainstream, become a doctor, become a lawyer, a software developer, something like that. A position or title that's fancy or reputable. But this isn't the case. There's 101 ways to make money without an official job, without a degree, and without like a professional title assigned to your name. And the thing is, you can also work your way into certain professions or high-paying skills by starting off as a side hustle or starting off as a side business. You don't need to spend hundreds and thousands of pounds or dollars on attending university or college just to acquire a piece of paper that says you can do something. And this brings me to the number 1 way to make money without a job, or the number 1 side hustle to have. And it is a bit generic, but the application is quite broad. Learn a valuable skill that in turn becomes a valuable service that you can sell. It sounds simple, and it is simple in theory, but this takes a lot of digging into looking at things that you're naturally good at, or what things you have an aptitude for, where your skills and interests lie, and what you want to do in the future. So speaking from experience, I was ridiculed for not attending college, which is 13th grade or 14th grade in the US. You guys go from high school to university, so I'm not exactly sure how it works there. Yeah, I received a lot of slack from friends and family when I said that I don't want to do the whole college thing. I'd rather go learn a skill.
You serious?
This resulted in a zigzag journey of trying to attempt and learn different things. I started off with coding. I enjoyed the actual coding, but I didn't like the fact that I had to go look for work. So I was under the impression at the apprenticeship that I applied for that they would provide work, which they didn't. So I wasn't happy with that at the time, and I stumbled onto freelance writing, something that I already had an interest in and proclivity towards. It took me a while, but eventually I wrote my first blog post. I practiced writing for a bit. I took some courses. I took some guest posting courses. From there, things started to take off. That's brought me to where I am today, and I work in marketing as a content strategist, SEO, and content writer. Learning how to write content, learning how to create blogs, learning how SEO works, culminated into the experiences that I have today and allowed me to get a decent remote job that I'm really enjoying. It also gives me the freedom and flexibility to have a side hustle. My path to my job has been freelance writing and having my own business and having loads of portfolios and samples and experience online. So that's where I'd start. I'd start with my passions and my interests if I was to do this all again. This doesn't necessarily mean you have to do the same thing. This channel focuses on generating an income and freelance writing to do that, but that doesn't mean you shouldn't look elsewhere. Some people are better with their hands. They want to learn a hands-on trade skill. And even here in the UK, there's a shortage when it comes to the amount of young people who want to learn hard or hands-on trade skills. Things like plumbing, engineering, carpentry, all those trades are currently being starved of young candidates and candidates in general. The workforce within those trades has a higher average age because nobody's picking up them skills, and that also at the same time means that there's more demand for those skills. And some of the other high-paying skills you can learn in 2021 are SEO or SEM, search engine marketing, and search engine optimization. With so many companies relying on organic traffic or Google, and so many consumers and people using search engines to satisfy their needs, look for products, and basically do everything, search engine marketing is huge, and it's a skill that companies will reward you for generously if you're good at what you do and you can deliver results. Some of the rough salary ranges for an SEO or search engine marketing specialist are roughly around 30 to like 70k according to numerous sources like PayScale, ZipRecruiter, and Glassdoor. The valuable skills include UX design, which pays generously, with salaries hovering between 50 to 120k a year. You also have sales skills, which is great for people who want to earn a commission or want to do commission-based work only.
Put that coffee down. Coffee's for closers only.
Even if you're not after commission-based work, or you want to work part-time, or you want to make your way into a full-time job, sales is a great skill to have. If you can sell, if you can always sell a product, you know how to connect with people, you know how to market a product, you know how to address and overcome objections, and you are good with interacting with people, then sales is probably something you want to look into, especially if you're looking for commission-based payment. And I know I just rattled off a bunch of salaries and random digital skills that people could learn, but like I said, a hands-on trade is also equally valuable as a skill to learn, simply because of supply and demand. A lot of people are heading towards more digital avenues for their careers, so that's why things like being a mechanic or a gas engineer can work out great for you, especially if you want to do your own business or you want to make money on the side without having to work a job. They also work well because you can start as a side hustle or in a full-time job and just reverse roles. If you wanted to go full-time and you apply for jobs after being a freelancer, you can do that. And if you're in a full-time role and you want to work extra hours or have extra clients or just work for yourself and go in business for yourself, you also have that flexibility and you can take these skills with you almost anywhere. I wouldn't gloss over hands-on skills too. Final note on this point, the Bureau of Labor Statistics in the US actually estimates up until 2026 that hands-on skills or skilled labor will have above average employment rates up until 2026. Okay, enough on that point. Now let's move on to the second way to make money without a job, and that's buying and selling what you know. Back in those days when I was in college, one of the things that I did to make some extra money on the side was buy and sell iPads. Now you're probably thinking that I had some special knowledge about iPads, or I was a tech geek, or maybe I was repairing them. That isn't the case. I didn't know anything technical about iPads except for how to operate them. And I did learn slowly, but other than that, I had no superior technical knowledge. And basically all I did was look for sites like Gumtree and eBay. I think in the US you have Craigslist, which is the equivalent of Gumtree. What I do was find products that I know were selling for a cheap price and that I could sell for more later on. That is simply it, and that's all. This allowed me to make an extra 150 to 200 pounds a week, which was a lot of money for a broke teenager who was looking to find his way in the world or looking for skills to acquire. So basically I was kind of lost at the time, and this allowed me to have some money coming in. I also went to thrift stores. My best find was like True Religion jeans for like £4. I sold them for 20 to 30 pounds on eBay, and I also found some Levi 501 jeans. I also sold them around the 25 to 30 pound range, which is ridiculous when you think of the ROI. All I did was catch a bus to somewhere, meet up with some mates, and go and buy some used clothes. Thrift reselling isn't as big here as it is in the US. So in the US, there's a guy called Raking Profits. I suggest you check him out. And the secret to success here is knowing what you're selling.
Knowledge.
If you know cars very well, you can fix cars, or you have people who can fix cars for you at a cheap cost, then you might want to buy and sell cars to make bigger profits. If you're into camera gear, there's people who buy and sell cameras. If you're into clothes, you want to sell name brand clothes or buy and sell those. I had a friend at work who would do this and make a couple £100 extra per week, or even thousands per month. He would go on sites and buy and sell used clothes, especially name branded clothes. There's a few sites out there that you can use, so you can, buy low and sell high, and that's all there is to this. So I'd start with gadgets that I know well. For me at the time, that was iPads. I'd at least get 50 to 60 pounds profit on an iPad, sell a couple of those a week, and that's 200 to 300 pounds, which is almost close to like a minimum wage salary here, and which is a lot of money for someone who doesn't have any income coming in. You could scale this even further if you learn how to repair the items that you're buying and selling. I had a few friends who took this even further, and what they would do was they'd buy iPads with smashed screens that had kind of common or easy faults to address. So they'd buy them at a low price because they had something wrong with them. Maybe they'd even lowball. And as a side note, you've got to lowball. You've got to really haggle and negotiate for that lower price whenever you buy anything and you want to buy low and sell high. But back to the point, you can expand on this tip by improving your knowledge about a certain industry, gadget, or pieces of technology. So you could learn how to repair the gadgets that you're buying and add extra value to them. If it's got a smashed screen, faulty buttons, and all you gotta do is buy a repair kit and know how to replace any broken bits or fix any issues. Even if you don't know how to do this and you're serious about making money on the side through buying and flipping stuff, and the easy way to do this is just to buy broken gadgets, buy a repair kit for cheap, and just practice going under the bonnet and tinkering around with them. After a couple of attempts, you'll probably be comfortable making small repairs, and that way you can create more value when you buy low and sell high, giving you higher profits. This works for anything. I'm not going to mention any names, but I know of a guy who used to chip PS3s and PS4s. Funny story is he told me not to play online with a chipped PS3. What you could do with his chipped PS3s is copy any game to the system via a disc. So if I had a new game or I borrowed a game from a mate, I could put it into the PS3, copy it onto the hard drive, and I could play the game on my PS4 without having to buy anything, which was a great way to save money and play single player games for cheap. He actually told me not to play multiplayer games, but I didn't listen. I jumped on Black Ops 2 one of the days with the jailbroken PS3, and I permanently got banned. But yeah, he used to buy and sell PS3s, and he seemed like he had a decent client base of people who purchased games and who purchased PS3s from him. He'd also repair them as well. Now let's move on to the third way to make money without a job, and that is to provide a basic skill or service. It's something that more or less anyone can do. So this might be something like painting, offering a cleaning service, taking people's dogs for walks, training people's animals if you have any experience in that. Those kind of things that you wouldn't have to study too hard for, or acquire a new skill, or spend ages perfecting your craft at. If you need to perfect your craft at walking a dog, then you've got issues. One of my favorite examples of this is an insane story over on the Fastlane forum, which is entrepreneurs, business owners networking forum. So in this post by a user called Chris, he details how he went from $450 a week starting a pressure washer business. So he's taking a pressure wash, he's cleaning houses, he's cleaning grounds, he's cleaning people's gardens and people's lawns, and all he's had to do to start this was to buy the equipment and the van and just get going. So this isn't extremely simple, but it's kind of in between a skill and something simple. Literally anyone could start this if they wanted to. And in this post, Chris details that he went from $450 to $1,000 plus per week by scaling this business and by just starting slow and building his way up to better and better clientele. What I really love about this story is that there's nothing fancy going on. He didn't have a fancy marketing program. He didn't have any experience prior to starting this pressure washer business of his, and he literally started ghetto. So I'm gonna link to that in the comments below, and I suggest you guys read that, especially if you want to start something like that. He details his journey, and I think he even broke past 1K per week. I think he went to tens and thousands of dollars per month. So like I said, this could be something simple. So you could start taking dogs for walks, throw up a Craigslist or Gumtree ad, get on Fiverr, and just offer a simple skill that somebody wouldn't want to do. Maybe you'll pick up people's groceries, maybe you can babysit. Look for things that you can help out with. Not going to be the most high paying, but it is a certified way to make money without a job. Okay guys, that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you walked away with some useful ideas and insights to either start your own business, start your own side hustle, or just at least generate some kind of income without a job. If you're interested in freelance writing, starting a side hustle, making more money, making money on the side, do subscribe to this channel, like and comment and subscribe. I'll be bringing out more videos and more content like this. So if you're interested, please do sign up. I'd love to hear from you guys. Feel free to email me, and I'll see you in the next video.